Good afternoon, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber, I get a new subscriber and they also read a page from a book of my choice. So it's been a while since I last made a video, but in today's video, I am going to be reviewing another Junji Ito book. This one is called Remina. It is not a short story collection, it's more of a long story. Still very open-ended, still we don't really figure out anything that is particularly going on. I will go into more detail in just a couple of minutes. So this one has about 250 pages and I rated it 3 out of 5 stars, though in hindsight I think it should be more of a 2.5 star read. I found it to be enjoyable overall, however I suppose that this once again reinforced my idea of Junji Ito not particularly being able to have a plot in his writing, but rather relies on escalation in order to keep the reader hooked. So with every chapter something more horrible than the last happens, and the reader is hooked because he or she they are always looking forward to seeing how it could become any worse, and this is what Ito relies on for the reader to remain interested. This one is basically about a planet which destroys our solar system and especially pounds Uranus, completely destroys Uranus. I certainly want a sequel to this graphic novel, as I want Ito to follow up regarding Remina's well-being rather than leave us wondering, as she is also wandering in the vastness of space with just a couple of people she knows. And a bit of a spoiler alert here, so her father is the one who discovers this planet and he names the planet after his only daughter, and he ends up being killed. And this is why people want to find and destroy Remina as well, because they think that once Remina is killed, the planet will cease to exist, even though this is certainly not the case. So that is basically the whole plot in a nutshell, if there is one to begin with, as I mentioned. So I don't always appreciate Ito's open-endedness in his work, and this is one of those cases. I mean, were it up to me, and do let me know how you would go about this, right? If the world was about to be destroyed, it's a very good hypothetical, very good question, maybe even philosophical. But if the world were to be destroyed, let me know what you would do, but this is what I would do. So, if I discovered that there was nothing I could do to prevent the destruction of our planet, I would not have worried much. I would have probably just killed myself or waited it out. I mean, there's no point in worrying over something you can't change. That is basically the foundation of anxiety, which I try to have as little of as possible. So, yeah, probably just wait it out until I die or something. So, also, humanity's collective stupidity in this story is what gives rise to so many terrible events, and without humanity's stupidity, if there was any logic involved in the story, all of this would not have happened, and people could have died with dignity, people could have died in a more peaceful manner, people might have been saved altogether. I mean, Remina literally stopped eating the solar system the second it got to Earth because it saw its own namesake, the little girl who was named after the planet. There is certainly some sort of connection because they are both 16 years old as well, the planet and the little girl. So, but we are also not told what happens on Remina itself and what it is exactly. So we're not told a lot of details about the planet, and this is extremely frustrating because if we were told, if we were given more context about the planet itself, we would have certainly been more horrified at what would happen to these people. But as it turns out, I don't really care. So my best guess about the planet is that it is some sort of sentient planet from Rick and Morty, though I think Rick and Morty was actually made after this book was published, maybe. So the occult is a very strong theme in this one, and it also goes to show how people lose all sense of logic when given a reason that could potentially keep them alive. And yeah, this also gives rise to a lot of skepticism. But yeah, to be very honest, there isn't much time to think logically because the destruction of the entire solar system is happening so fast. And the sun, by the way, the sun isn't mentioned at all, just the planets from Pluto to Earth. So yeah, the skepticism in this one is completely insane, and I am not the biggest fan of Remina, but I would certainly appreciate a sequel. I think I'd be the first to buy a sequel. Not sure if there is one, but I don't think so. And yeah, I would love for Ito to contextualize his story better. if he is capable of doing so. So, Junji Ito, if you are watching this and if you have somebody who can translate this to you in Japanese, I am challenging you to write a sequel to this which has a better plot and which gives all the context one needs to fully appreciate this idea, because I think it has so much potential and it feels as though you are just wasting it away, making it so generic that it loses its potency. So, why people seem to love Remina but also want to kill her is completely beyond me. It isn't something that I can particularly understand. However, I think that this volume might perhaps be trying to indicate the level of hypocrisy that religion could give rise to, which is absolutely relevant nowadays in certain cases as well. So I'm not trying to jump to conclusions over here. However, this might be one of the main messages this volume is trying to convey. So anyway, yeah, that is all I had to say about this graphic novel, this manga volume by Junji Ito called Remina. Let me know what you think of it, if you've read it, whether you want to read it now that I've spoken more about it. And if you enjoyed the video, do let me know in the comment section as well. So as always, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, check out the rest of my content, and be as supportive as you can. You know what you have to do. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye, guys.